Yes, yes, yes. It's the Raphael Dawkins with the Combat Radio. And hold on. I was going to say we are live. Uh-oh. What happened there? Let's bring this back just a little bit. I was going to say we are live, but I haven't had the notification. So I don't know. Let's go over to the YouTubes and do a sound check. Hold on, what's going on here? Hold on. Okay, let's fix up the screen. First things first. Stop sharing that and start sharing this. Okay, what's the visibility like? Visibility is good. Let me just have a look at something here. Nope. Yep. That'll do nicely. Okay, let's do a sound check. Can you hear me? Okay, let's stop the music. Start the sound check. Can you hear me? Okay, enough of that. Stop the music. That is good. That's good. Okay. So, you are in tune to Boxing Talk with Raphie. What number are we on? 3, 2. What is it? I can't see. 3, 2, 8. Okay. Seeing something there that needs taking care of. Let's do that. Let's do that right now. Okay. Let me fix that. And then we talk about the topics. Uh-oh. Not that. Go back. Let's fix that right now. Where is it? Okay. I see it straight away. There it is. What else is wrong? No, it's all good. Let's save that. Okay. I've just received the notification, so it's official. We are live. Okay. So let's get into Let's get into the topics. What are we talking about today? We're talking about, well, there's a few topics. But one of the main topics, the leading topics, is, how do you pronounce that? Mchunu Vows to force Makabu mandatory and Derail Canelo title fight. I repeat, Mchunu vows to force Makabu mandatory and derail the Canelo Alvarez title fight. Okay. So let's get into that straight away. Hold on. No, my bad. First things first. Let's share. Because sharing is caring. So let's share this shizzle, shiznix, call it what you will. Let's share it out. Let people know. Wake the town and tell the people. What is this here? Okay, let's do it there. Share it there. Let's get the, what is this thing here? Yeah. We needs that. Paste. Yes, it's good. Let's do that in a couple more places and then we're good to go. Boom. Where else? Yeah. Let's do it in my neck of the woods. Okay. We've shared. Oh dear, what's this? What's this here? Raphie, pigeon in Paris. Can I come on? Low. The pigeon is Big Duke apparently. He's got more aliases. I don't know what. Okay, so let's get this right. Let's get the sharing done. Stop sharing that and start sharing. Where is it? There it is. Start sharing this. Let's have a look at the visibility. Yeah, I think that's, yep, okay. Okay, we'll run with that. What is this here? Let's get rid of that. We don't need that. Okay. Let's line this thing up properly. Okay, okay. I think we're ready to go. Ready to go. Okay, so Marion G up in the building. Hello and welcome, one and all. Okay. Mini Mill. Okay. Hello and welcome, one and all. It's the Boxing Talk with Raphie, and we're ready to go. Okay. So there's been much talk of Canelo fighting Makabu from the Cameroon, now residing in South Africa, and has been doing so for some time. Okay, hold on a second. What's going on? What's going on? Let's copy that. Hold on. Yeah. And paste that. Okay, so there's been much talk about Canelo going up to cruiserweight to fight Makabu. However, one little thing has been overlooked, and that is that Makabu has a mandatory OMG. OMG. Nobody's been talking about Makabu's mandatory, but here one pops up. Okay, what's going on here? What's going on here? Okay. Derail Pennant says there is better qualities of heavyweight, better level of heavyweight in terms of quality now than in the Klitschko era. Okay, that's very interesting hypothesis. Canelo can get KO'd in this fight. Damn. We can talk about that. I think we have, what's going on here?
Leave Makabu alone. Look. Pigeon in Paris.
Okay, pigeons in Paris apparently. He's got the Eiffel Tower. He's got the Eiffel Tower on his wall. What's that? A Weetabix?
Sweet potato.
Oh, I thought it was I thought it was an oversized Weetabix. I thought, what are you doing? OMG. OMG. Okay, pigeon.
Man. What's going on, bro? What's going on, man?
I'm good, pigeon. I'm very good indeed. Marion G says he's not the biggest or the best at cruiser. To be honest,
he's good.
I'm not that bothered by it. Canelo jumping to cruiserweight and fighting a champion who is legit is still impressive.
Leave Makabu alone.
Let's have a look what this says. And on, what is it? A dairy pennant. Boxing doesn't need the Bridgerweight division. Yeah, I think I agree with that. Okay, so Pigeon, hold on a second, Pigeon. I just want to read this article about the mandatory. What do you think? Hold on, I'll ask you this. What do you think about Makabu? The fact that Makabu, it's just turned out that Makabu has a mandatory. What do you think about that?
I
What
just
do you
think
think about that?
like, listen, you're trying to step to a man from Congo. You ain't stepping to no man from Congo. I've been living between the UK and France for years, where I'm at the moment.
Yeah.
You're gonna step to mans like that, bro. Listen, you think you're gonna beat Makabu? Makabu might have been paid off. I think this WBC thing with Suleiman was this big announcement. This was pre-planned. Pre-planned.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was pre-planned.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you know where I'm going.
Really?
And yeah. I think and we think it in France as well. We know it's
Okay.
pre-planned. We know this is pre-planned.
Okay. So let's have a look at the article. Let's have a look, see what it says. Okay. So trainer Sean Smith, the trainer of cruiserweight contender, Mchunu Mchunu, has revealed that his boxer has no intention of stepping away from a mandatory fight with the WBC champion Makabu.
Facts.
Okay. So earlier this year, Mchunu became the mandatory challenger when he picked up a decision win over Evgeny Tischenko in Russia. Makabu stopped Mchunu in 11 rounds when they faced each other in Durban in 2015. What's
Facts.
Okay. So last week, Mchunu and his handlers were shocked to the core, shocked to the boots, when World Boxing Council President El Presidente Mauricio Suleiman announced that his organization had approved a request by Sal Canelo Alvarez to get an immediate shot at Makabu. Okay.
Yeah.
So Canelo is currently the undisputed world champion at super middleweight. Smith indicates that his boxer is owed an immediate shot at Makabu, and he ruled out the possibility of taking step-aside money.
I didn't even know that.
Well, no, nobody knows. This is breaking news. I should have put breaking news in the title.
Amazing news, more like.
Amazing news. He explained that Makabu's handlers have dragged their feet on finalizing the rematch. There's an interesting name that's going to pop up here, I think, in a second. We are mandatory challengers for Makabu. There is an obligation for Makabu to defend against Tiabiso. Makabu's promoter, Don King, has not come up with the date and the venue.
Love King.
That's some more breaking news for people who didn't know that Makabu's manager is Don King.
Love King.
Now, the WBC convention came and Canelo's manager and trainer made a request for, we know that.
Gonna get owned. I think King's I think King is gonna have the last laugh. I think Makabu's gonna knock this guy out.
Hey, anything's possible. We won't take step-aside money. We want to fight Makabu and win the WBC. Canelo wants to fight Makabu in May. Between that, Makabu must settle the score with Tabiso. We are in the gym, but obviously, Tabiso needs to know exactly what is happening.
No, that's done now. That's done, bro.
Well, okay, what are you saying? What's done? What's done? What are you saying?
I just think like the Canelo money's obviously coming, the Taco money, that's where that fight's gonna go. And I don't think that this fight is gonna get mandated. Even though it's been mandated, I don't think it's gonna go through. I think WBC is gonna probably do what they've always done, and money talks, bro.
Money does talk. Money does talk indeed.
Sadly, I think that's a bad thing. I don't think it's a good thing.
Well, it's breaking news. I think not many people knew that Makabu had a had a standing mandatory out there, outstanding.
I never knew that. I never knew that.
Nobody knew. This is what happened there. Nobody knew. This is breaking. This is
Like
breaking news.
amazing,
Breaking news.
amazing news. This is like holy shit.
Yeah. This is some crazy shizzle. Some crazy shizzle. Shiznicks, call it what you will.
Shiznicks for the business.
Yeah, shiznicks for the business. It's madness, I tell you.
Shit.
Mad, I tell you. Is it audacious? Is it wrong? Okay, that's the first poll.
Is wagwan wrong, bro? Good thing, man. That's what I'm saying.
Is it wrong?
Oh shit.
Makabu to find they're trying to break in the gendarme. The gendarme are trying to break in.
the Jean-Claude gendarme.
The gendarme are coming for the pigeon. Hide under the bed, pigeon. You gotta get under the bed, lad.
Yo, look, bro, look.
They'll never think to look under the bed. You'll be okay under there.
I'm gonna hide like Princess Diana, bro. I'm gonna do some shit.
Dear. Oh dear. Is it wrong for Makabu to fight Canelo?
Yo, listen, Makabu's massive here, in France.
Yeah.
We love him here because like in the well, I'm not in France at the moment, as you obviously know, but I do spend a lot of time over there. I'm in Birmingham at the moment, but
okay, I thought you was in Paris.
Nah, you don't want to trust me, bro. But I was there about 2 months ago. And a lot of my friends. Now I'm back in Birmingham at the moment. Actually, if you go into my if you go to my channel, I was at the Birmingham market today.
Okay.
I've been doing some lives. Been doing some lives up there, speaking to people and stuff.
I didn't know you had a channel.
Yeah. It's a Chinese Yoda. Like,
oh, well, okay.
Yeah, I do lives in Birmingham City Centre most days, which a lot of people don't know about. You
didn't get the job then. You didn't get the job then. Last time we spoke, you was going for a job.
Oh yeah, I'm working at the moment.
Oh, you're working.
Yeah,
you're doing daily lives down Birmingham City Centre. How does that work?
In between when I'm pissed from the pub or not working on the HS2, I just walk around. So
good man.
I'm quite happy doing that. To be fair,
well,
I'm working, but I'm not exactly doing. I'm not doing as many hours as I should. I'm only doing 20 hours, and it pays my rent.
Hey, that's a Pet Shop Boys. That's a Pet Shop Boys song. Rent.
You pay my rent.
I love you. You pay my rent. Yeah. That was one of their better efforts, I think.
They were excellent. You give me love. I'm your puppet. You buy me things. I love it. You give me food. I need it.
Damn. The multi-talented pigeon.
the multi-talented
pigeon.
Maybe the two of us in sympathy, and sometimes ecstasy, sometimes religion. I don't know what it was, but when you're lying next to the Pet Shop Boys were good. The Pet Shop Boys.
They had their moments, mate. They had their moments.
The Pet Shop Boys were probably one of the best UK bands there's ever been, and I've watched them about 6 times live.
Yeah.
So I watched them.
So I hit a nerve there. And when I said the Pet Shop Boys, it's your favorite band?
No, they're probably not even in my top 20 of all time bands. But
you do admire them. You do admire their.
I've been to 6 of their live shows. I went to the Dawkins show.
Wow.
In 1986, I went to the Jean-Michel Jarre show in 91.
Jean-Michel Jarre, that's a name from the past.
Yeah. I went to the Pet Shop Boys, did a gig at Glastonbury with LTJ Buchan Garage. That was lit.
Okay, we're gonna get back onto the chat now.
Sorry about that.
No problem, no problem, no problem. Of course, it was pre-planned. It was obviously discussed before the convention. Says Marion G. Mini Mill says, can Makabu bypass the mandatory? Well, hey,
But that's what we want.
It's in the hands of the WBC, and the WBC are gonna do what's good for the WBC, and what's good for the WBC is some good green American Mo 9.
And it ain't good for boxing.
You know, it might not be good for boxing. Can Makabu bypass the mandatory? It's gonna be in the hands of the WBC. Okay. Let's have a look. Marion G says, wouldn't be the first time the WBC has moved or made up the rules for a big name fighter. Indeed.
Well, they sidelined Dillian White for years.
Well, you know, that ain't no joke. That ain't no joke. John,
I don't even like Dillian White. I don't even like Dillian White, but the sidelined him.
The sidelined him for real, big time. John D. Lee up in the building. All good, John. All good.
JD.
Jordan. What is this? What does this say? How do you Ciampini? Jordan,
I don't know.
Ciampini. How would you pronounce that, pigeon?
I don't know. I'm not a linguistics expert. I'm just a guy on the internet who likes boxing.
And the Pet Shop Boys.
I don't know that.
Nothing wrong with that, pigeon. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. Big money, free fight. What do you mean a free fight? Not gonna be free? Big money.
That ain't gonna be free.
Free fight? I don't get it. What do you mean? I don't get it. So what is it?
Ask me any question. I'm a boxing expert. I actually think I actually am, to be fair.
Well, hey, you know, we all have to have it's good to have, you know, to think well of oneself. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a good thing.
Yeah, I've been to church today as well. So there you go.
Wow. You know how to fit it in, mate. You know how to fit it in. Aaron Daly up in the building. Okay. So that's the story of
Morning Glory.
Mchunu. That's the story of Mchunu, who vows to force Makabu mandatory and derail the Canelo title fight. What do I think? Well, I think I told you. It's in the hands of Mauricio Suleiman of the WBC, and you know, he's in the all fours position right now, tending to Canelo's every
He
win.
lives in Jalisco. Mauricio Suleiman lives in Jalisco, Mexico, and
Jalisco, Mexico.
He needs to stop the Canelo hype train, because, like, listen, if you watch that Bud fight that I watched with Porter the other night, Porter was up 5-4 in there, and then fucking Crawford come back and rinsed him in that 10th round.
Rinsed him.
He did, yeah. And listen, people going on that Canelo's pound for pound and he's this, that, and the other. Listen, you're not. You got blowjob. You had blowjob Saunders. His first. What was that? His second win.
Billy Joe. Yeah.
Then he had fucking Caleb Plant.
Easy with the language.
I'm sorry, Caleb Plant. Billy Joe. Who's the first belt he got off? He fought Yildirim. Who's the one he got the belt off? Raphie.
He fought Yildirim. He fought Billy Joe Saunders. He fought Callum Smith before that.
He got a belt before that, didn't he?
Callum Smith before. Who was it before Callum Smith?
I might be wrong. Well, obviously, I'm not wrong. That might have been the two guys that unified the 168. So, my particular take on Canelo, I don't have any hate for him. I think he's an excellent fighter. I might be similar to John Dealey in my take on Canelo. I have a lot of respect for him. I think he's great. But there is things and boxes that do need to be checked, and the main one is the obvious one. No hate for him though,
No
but
hate.
but I didn't want him to take the Makabu fight. I think it's probably going to be some sort of, I don't want to say fixed fight, but
Mm.
it does seem a bit strange to me, to be honest.
What's strange? What's strange?
I think the fact that Makabu was knocking people out and he turned up at Goodison Park and took a dive.
Uh-oh. Well, you look flat out. He got knocked spark out. That, he got knocked spark out. It's not like he was conscious. He looked like he was out of there, mate.
Maybe,
Like he was out of there.
maybe we might have a bit of a difference of opinion, but I'm not 100% with this fight. I don't want to be nasty or sound like I'm in the LDBC or anything, but I might be swaying towards the LDBC on this fight because I do actually think it's a bit of a dodgy fight. It doesn't.
Dodgy fight.
It doesn't sit right with me, Raphie. I just think that he should be fighting Bivol or Beterbiev, my friend.
Yeah, I hear that. Personally, my view. I don't like this fight. There's still business. There's still business to clean up. In and around his divisions. Okay, he's undisputed super middleweight now. Why not go up to light heavyweight? Beterbiev is the fight that people want to see. Why is he going up to? Well, light heavyweight. He's already had a belt at light heavyweight. Okay. Why doesn't he unify light heavyweight then? Why doesn't he unify light heavyweight?
I don't know, to be honest. I'd like to hear the Iron Kong, the Fight Doctor, and the John Dealey. I'd rather hear their views than myself. So I want to know what they want to say on it, to be honest.
You want to know, just want to know.
Because it's probably be more relevant. Like, my view's great, but...
No, your views are valid. I'm sure. Hey, pigeons have opinions too. Come on now.
I'll do that. Thanks for that.
I'm sure I'm the only one that thinks Makabu should be favorite in the Canelo fight. Should be well, is he favorite in your view? Aaron Daly, is Makabu the favorite in your view? That's an interesting question.
Facts.
Marion G, if he jumps up 2 weights, wins a belt, and drops back down, as he has twice now, then fair play to the guy. Well, there you go. That's
a lot of people where I drink, like, I'm from the centre of Birmingham.
Yeah.
I just been having a drink in the Bricklayers Arms, and everybody from there is a multicultural place. We're all multicultural people, and we think the Makabu fight is a bit of a setup.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you something else you probably didn't know. You realize that Makabu's been out of the ring for 2 years?
Yeah, we know that.
I said that in the last live, I think. He's been out of the ring for 2 years.
Yeah, we know that. We know all that shit. We know all that shit.
It makes you question.
Mans is obviously looking for a payday.
Man's looking for a payday. Can you blame him?
I love him to bits for that. I love him to bits.
Makabu's gonna be, he should be theoretically. I mean, hopefully they're not robbing him too bad. His handlers. Hopefully they're not robbing him too bad. But hopefully he should be able. Well, he knows he's not a dummy. He knows he should be walking away with a hell of a bag.
But I think there's something in his eyes, though. I think he's gonna switch in the fight.
Switch up. He's gonna go off script. You think there's a script and Makabu's gonna go off script?
I'm never wrong.
Damn. The pigeon has never been wrong.
No, he's gonna switch script in that fight, and it'll happen in the 6th round.
OMG. John Dealey writes, I think they will put the limit down to 190 and Canelo will put in a catch weight of 185.
I just need to go for a bit.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay, Pigeon. Catch you in a bit.
Okay, nice to see. Nice
to see you. That was the pigeon. Thank you, pigeon. Okay, so, yeah, that sounds like weight draining. That sounds like Canelo weight draining. OMG. Have we got a poll up or something? Let's have a look. Have we got a poll up? What was the poll? Is it wrong for Makabu to fight Canelo with an outstanding mandatory? 40% of the respondents said yes, and 60% said no. Okay, so that's pretty damn close, Let me turn up my levels. Levels 1, 2. Yeah, that's better. So that's pretty damn close. Is it wrong for Makabu? If you haven't taken the vote, take the vote. Hit the poll. Is it wrong for Makabu to fight Canelo with an outstanding mandatory? I think I'm going to leave that up there a little bit for the people who come in late and who don't know. Okay, what's this? Aaron Daly. Makabu is a heavy hitter. Has improved a fair amount since the Bellew loss, and he's durable. Let me have a look at his record. Damn. Why can't I see Makabu? Let me just write in Makabu. Let's have a look. Makabu. Pro boxer. Active. Let's go. Ilunga Junior Makabu. Let's have a look. For Tony Bellew, 2016, had 2 fights in 2017. Had 3 fights in 2018. Had 2 fights in 2019. 2 fights in 2020. Nothing in 2021. So what's that? 2020, what was that? December? Also, it's a year. It's not 2 years. 2019, 2020. It is 2 years. 2019. It is 2 years. Hold on. What's this year? Yeah, he hasn't fought since 2019, so it is 2 years. By the time he gets in the ring, it'll be closer to 2.5 years. And his last fight, that was a TKO win 2 years ago. His fight before that was a unanimous decision. His fight before that in 2019, a majority decision. Okay. His last fight was a TKO win. Okay. That says 2020. That's the 12th. Oh, that says 2020. Okay. Oh, it's been a year. My bad. It's been a year. 2020. His last fight was on December 19th, 2020. That's 1 year. Okay. Okay. Good to get that cleared up. Let's have a look what's going on. Okay. So correction. Makabu's last fight was 12 months ago, not 24 months. Okay, so correction and clarification. Okay. What's this? A dairy pennant. They should make a heavyweight Grand Prix contender tournament, make things easier for fighters. Well, you already know what's the setup. We already know what the situation is. Situation is Joshua fights Usyk for the rematch, and Tyson Fury fights Dillian White. But yeah, I mean, does Tyson Fury fight Dillian White? That's another topic. I also think Canelo will will be slowed down and have a lot less stamina when he adds the extra weight. Well, he's fighting at 180. He'll be fighting at 185. I think John Dealey probably onto something. He'll weight drain him down to weight drain Makabu down to 185, but still expect to get the belt. So you know, if he does that, then there won't really be much extra weight. Remember, he fought Kovalev. So he'll be fighting to weight that he fought before, I imagine. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at the records. Let's search for that. So I got that on deck. Yeah. Fought Sergey Kovalev. Yeah. So it's been up there before. That was for, what was that for? The world light heavyweight. Yeah. Yeah, we fighting 185. Weight drain Makabu down to 185. Highly likely. WBC on about moving it back down to 190 since they started Bridger. That isn't connected to the Canelo fight. Yeah, well, they've done it. It's down to 190 now since they got the Bridger. Yeah, it is. It is. That's a reality right now as we speak, Marion G. What's this? Makabu also only weighs around 196 in most of his fights. 196, yeah, I think 196. So it's not a big deal. Weight training is weight training, my friend. Weight training is weight training. You know, so I think weight training is a big deal. Aaron. This is good for middleweight and super middleweight. Those guys are actually going to have to fight each other now and not wait around. I think they're still going to wait around. But I hope you're right. But I think they're still going to wait around. You know what I'm saying? Look how long Errol Spence has been non-committed to the Terence Crawford fight. You know, I think they expect more ducking. Yep. Stayed on ice before Canelo. Now they should get a bit more active. I doubt Canelo will be forced to drop all of his 168 belts if he fight. Nah, I don't think they'll drop anything. They might even be more reluctant to fight each other, waiting to see what Canelo does. Damn. What's this? Mchunu Vows isn't going to affect the fight because Canelo's franchise status overrules the mandatory obligations. OMG. That makes sense. I just don't like this picking off a weak champ. They say you're X-weight belt holder. Rick Burns is a 3-weight champ, for goodness sakes. Who's this? Answer to no. Hey, wouldn't that be nice? Hey, there's the law. You always have to answer to the law. There's the queen. You have to answer to the queen. If you don't pay your taxes, you get jailed. So this answer to no one is a nice thought, nice concept, but it ain't real. Is Rick ever coming back? Hey, when he fixes his phone, he got one from one network to another network, some kind of better deal, allegedly better deal. But now he can't access the streaming services. So, you know, he's got to fix up on his end. That's on his end, mate. I can't do nothing from the UK. He's got to fix it. That's on Rick. Okay. What's this? Neither would Makabu. Look at the weights. 40 preview weights. Okay. Scrolling through. Okay. Well, yeah, Rick is a big Bob Arum fan, and I am not. But hey, you know, as we have the different opinions, you know, over here at the Raphael Dawkins, you know, we get differing opinions up in here. Okay, so good evening to the Iron Kong. Okay, so as we move and as we proceed, where do we go next? There's a lot of shiznicks to cover. Okay, and in comes man like John D. Lee. John D. Lee, how do you do on this Tuesday evening over here?
Can you hear me all right, Raph?
Yeah, good, man.
Okay. I'm getting used to this one because you don't come in muted.
Oh, it comes in with your mic hot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's different.
So you're asking me just as I was turning my fan off, my fan heater. It's not a fan cooler, it's a fan heater. It's a bit chilly in Birmingham at the moment.
It's a bit chilly, mate. The temperature has dropped in Birmingham, the UK. I was riding home from work on my bike, and I could feel that wind chill, mate. I could feel that wind chill. It
started really bad on Sunday.
Yeah.
I was going for a walk on Clent Hills. On one side, it was fine. And then when you're north facing, it was cutting through like a knife.
I hibernated for the whole of Sunday. Very unusual for the Raphie. Didn't step foot out of the home. Hibernated and didn't really do much.
that cold weather's setting in, Raphael.
Well, I missed it, mate.
Wisely.
What's that?
You were wise.
Yeah, I missed it all. I just hibernated on the Sunday. I was just, it wasn't intended. I was just had a really lovely, lazy day.
Sounds nice.
Lovely and lazy. And then didn't really train much on Monday. But then I blasted it today. Absolutely killed it, smashed it. You know, one of them days where you just, everything's going up, and you just feel magnificent.
They happen.
Yeah. It was one of them days.
Even at middle age, you can still get it.
Hey, I tell you what. Well, that's a factor. Because there I was doing my thing, and you know, I looked around, and so, you know, when people, you just realize there's a bloody circle around you. There's a bloody circle around you. So there's a circle. I mean, people are on the machines and doing their thing, but it's just like a circle. And I just had to laugh to myself. Normally, that's kind of shiznicks irritates me, but I was having such a good session that even I had to laugh.
Like, come on, guys, you can get your phones out. It's okay. Where's this one?
You're fine. And you know when people are kind of looking you but hiding behind the machine at the same time.
Yeah.
One geezer. I mean, I even had to laugh at that as well. I mean, I just fantastic mood, and I think I have to adopt this new just chilled approach. Just the new chilled approach. Just laugh at the anyway, they're just.
Do you not take a really big pair of cans to the gym, right?
No, just little earbuds.
Yeah, I like the big ones so people know not to talk to me.
Yeah, I think
if they try, I can just keep walking like I didn't know. I feel like a conversational deterrent for the gym.
Oh my gosh! And then there was these two guys on their little steroids with dumbbells, a circle of dumbbells all around them. I'm looking for the right dumbbells, and I look and I see. I just walked over. I just walked over. I said, "Have you got the blah blah blahs?" They said, "Oh yeah." No, I said, "Are you using these?" Because I found what I wanted there in their circle, because they're so important, because they take steroids, so they have to have that. Oh, okay. So are you using these? No, Thank you. I didn't say thank you. I should have done, bro. I was just so pissed off. I forgot to say thank you. I just picked him up. Picked him up.
Well, to be fair, it sounded like they were taking liberties.
We're taking liberties. I mean, I didn't want to show that I was pissed off, but it came out anyway. And you know, hey, well, put your weights back then. How about that? Okay. So yeah, but a great day. Just everything was just flying up. So totally fantastic. It's like a reset button. Had the lazy Sunday. Didn't really do much on Monday, but you know, just made up for everything today. Even the steps, my steps.
Maybe you just needed the rest, Raph.
I think it did me the world of good. It
can do. I'm just always a bit reluctant to take it. But,
yeah, it wasn't planned. It just worked out that way.
It's not that. I just, if I know I'm not training that day, I feel a bit like I'm going stir crazy. I don't like it.
Yeah, I understand that feeling, but sometimes, you know, circumstances just makes it work out for the best.
What I'm trying to say is I should probably take a leaf out of your book more often, but
well, it's not really my book though, because I
know you get out every day, Raph.
It just happened.
What happened on Sunday?
Yeah, it just happened. Yeah. It wasn't planned, but it worked out for the best. Really worked out for the best. But I thought it would, because whenever I take a day off or two, it always works out. I always works out for the best.
I think it does for me as well. I just don't like doing it.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, you got to do something alternative. You got to do something in space of it. So whether it's go for a walk or you're busy, go for a movie or whatever.
I've bought a pommel horse, Raph. I've got a pommel horse in my
that's wicked.
house.
That's wicked.
I've been doing it today, but
I love the pommel horse. Is it got the leather? Has it got that beige?
Yeah.
I love that beige suede. Leather.
So I've got plenty of alternative things I can do other than just like I've got my own rings as well. I've got loads of stuff I can do.
Yeah, but I mean, really, you would be doing nothing though. I mean,
yeah, that's what I mean. As days I need to actually not do anything.
Yeah, 100%. So what do you think of this malarkey going on?
It's mandatory. I don't like all this. To me, being a belt holder in a weight class doesn't mean anything. Yeah. Just picking and choosing and skipping around. It's become a thing that we didn't really used to get. When people used to move up the weights, they would have done all they could at that weight and move up.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
It's like this isn't what Tommy Hearns did. However good or bad you think Tommy Hearns was,
yeah.
As he progressed through the weight classes, he tried to do as well as he could in that weight class.
Yes.
And once he hit his ceiling, he moved up. And he carried his power with him all the way up to cruiserweight.
Yeah.
He really did it. Now, Canelo's not Tommy Hearns.
This is messing around. What Canelo, to me,
let's be honest, messing around. Let's have it straight, right? WBC have now got, or VADA even, have got a permitted amount of clenbuterol that you're allowed to take. And here he is, like, just playing with weight. And that facilitates this.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, we've seen it happen to Roy. Go up to heavyweight, try and come down, couldn't perform.
Yeah.
It's not happened to Canelo when he's jumped around weight classes.
You're saying the substances. There's like a high possibility of substances involved.
There's no doubt there's substances involved because he's allowed to take a certain amount of clenbuterol now. He's allowed to have a certain amount in his system. And if you look, every single time he has a fight, how long does the opponent get a camp? 6 weeks?
Yeah.
So that's been cycling enough. He isn't just doing it to get the advantage over the opponent. It means he's not subjected to any testing because there's no fight announced. He's not subjected to all year round testing.
Because the fights get announced late.
And it's not a one-off. It's every single fight.
But they say it's on the year-round thing.
Well, they don't release them, do they?
No.
I'm not convinced about that.
No, there's a grey area. Definitely a grey area.
Massive manipulation of the system. And it's like you look at that whole Reynoso gym, they're all getting popped for various different things.
The Reynoso gym is notorious for substances, is what I think you're saying to me, John.
Well, how many people fighting out of that gym have been popped? There was another one earlier this year.
Several. Multiple.
And a lot of it are weight cutting agents as well.
Weight cutting agents.
Yeah. And I'm like, Canelo's not a tall person. But when you see him walking around when he hasn't got a fight, he's a long way off the weight he's making.
There's a big question about the cutting agents. There is a big question. A lot of people are kind of skirting it, a lot of shirking it, stepping around it. But I mean, who is? Oh, well, that's the next poll then. That's the next poll then. Let's just close this one down. You can let me just say what it is. Is it wrong for Makabu to fight Canelo with an outstanding mandatory? Yes. 57% say yes. No. 43% say no. It is now currently 50-50. Come on, get your votes in. We got 30 seconds to get 50, 10 seconds to get your votes in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Poll is closed at 50-50. 50% say yes, it's wrong. 50% say no, it's not. So that's definitely a hung jury. Definitely.
Well, I was on the no, it's not.
Yeah.
And the reason that I'm on the no, it's not, is because when you're in Makabu's situation, he's not going to get a chance to have a payday like this again. It doesn't matter what you do in the cruiserweight division. There's no big paydays.
Yeah.
So,
Makabu wants this. Makabu wants this.
I'm all right with him getting the payday. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
I don't know how long the Mando's been outstanding. I heard somebody else make a point about this today on one of their. It wasn't a live, but someone put it out on one of their videos on YouTube.
Okay.
He made a really good point. He said basically what Makabu should be saying is he wants the winner and petition to get himself put on the undercard to profile himself so that he's in the line for a bigger payday than he would have just fighting Makabu now. Why not play?
Hold on. Say that again. You said, what did you say?
So somebody else made this point on their YouTube platform today.
Yeah.
And they said what Makabu's Mando should do. I can't remember his name.
Yeah. Mchunu.
He should be vocal saying he wants the winner of Canelo Makabu and petition to get himself put on the undercard of their fight. Because even if Makabu was to win, he'd get a bigger payday out of it than fighting Makabu now.
Yeah, that's sensible.
Why not just play the business angle? Because then everybody will know who he is.
Yeah, 100%. That's sensible. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, and there it is. The new poll is Canelo on cutting agents. Yay, nay, not sure. Okay, so I'll get your teeth stuck into that. Oh, Kong's here. Hold on. Let me drop that down. Scroll. Oh, boom. And in comes the Iron Kong. Iron Kong, how you doing?
The disrespect. I mean, I've been here chilling, waiting patiently, listening to y'all talk about windshield and all. Like, what happened? I mean, am I banned from the Raphie show? Have I gotten pigeon?
I didn't see you, mate. Didn't see you.
It's all this talk. Every time you come on, Kong, you start telling us how warm it is where you are, how beautiful it is.
I can't relate to your wind chill. It's 80 degrees here. I don't know.
It wasn't a conversation for you.
Well, I can't relate. I don't know what's a wind chill. I don't know nothing about that.
Wind chill is when the wind cuts through you. The cold, icy wind cuts through you. Even though you're wearing several layers, you can still feel it.
Your bones are cold, Kong.
It ain't good.
Your bones are cold. It's not nice.
You don't want to experience it.
Nobody wants to know about wind chill. It's horrible.
Yeah. Wind chill ain't nice.
Does it affect the canals? I mean, does it affect the
They
canals?
can freeze over. They've been known to freeze over, Hong Kong.
Yeah, they can
That's
freeze
unfortunate.
over, but we're not there yet. They can
That's
freeze over.
unfortunate.
We ain't there yet. We
A
ain't
frozen
there yet.
canal is never good. A frozen canal is never good. Good for nobody.
Hey, you want to tell you a story about a frozen canal? I've been reminiscing. The Raphie been reminiscing a lot recently. I think it's because I bumped into two ladies that I once knew. One was
There's always a lady at the root of these reminiscences.
One was a lady whom was a next door neighbor of mine when Raphie was young and very handsome. But anyway,
Young, handsome, full head of hair.
full. Well, not Jackson 5 exactly, but anyway, yes. So I bumped into her, didn't recognize her. This was in the supermarket, Morrison's, one of my Raphie's favorite pickup places. Anyway, so she said it's me, such and such. I looked at her blankly. I'm trying to figure out who it is. Where? I said, we were neighbors. I went, oh, yes. And we had a lovely chat. And I'm not going to go into it, but her eyes were very wide and very bright. So that was, and let's just leave that there. So then the other day, I bumped into a lady who I was on we were on a film course together back in the day. And let's just say her eyes were also very wide. And so I've been reminiscing. The Raphie's been reminiscing.
I know she hadn't posted for a little while.
The output's gone down. So the Raphie's been reminiscing. And one story talk about frozen canals. Raphie was a schoolboy. And there was a bridge over a canal. We walked over that bridge every day. We walked to school. And in the winter when it got frozen over, there's three of us. And the most mischievous said, let's go down and skate on the ice. That wasn't me. Went down the little embankment. And the most mischievous, I'm not going to mention any names, he went on first. He had a little slide around. Raphie was never going to go on there because Raphie was the heaviest. Raphie ain't no fool. So the most mischievous went on, had a little skate, came back off. The second guy, he went on, had a little skate around, and when he went to come back, he went chunk. The ice opened, and he went down. The most mischievous, he fell around laughing. The Raphie...
You don't want that man to have you back.
He was rolling around laughing. The Raphie had his brown Adidas bag, and he took the strap and he held it out for the second guy, and just yanked him up out of the water onto the embankment. And we walked home in the cold, and the second guy walked home dripping.
That's not a good story.
And I didn't want to be him when he had to go through that door dripping and having to explain to his mom why.
He nearly died. He's freezing cold, and now he's going to get a beating.
He's kind of what you call it, pneumonia.
Yeah,
walking all the way home,
pneumonia doesn't kill him. His mum
soaking wet, and he's got to go home and explain to his mom what just happened. You know, he can't say it was raining. Oh my gosh, in the freezing. That's hilarious. I'll never forget that day. I will never forget.
Well, he's lucky. He's lucky you had your trusty Adidas holder with you.
Hey, if it was just the two of them, he'd have died. The other guy was rolling around laughing.
You don't want that man to have your back.
You don't want that. You don't want that guy having your back, rolling around laughing on the side. But the Raphie, with a calm mind, simply just turned the holder around, put the strap in, yanked the dude clean out the canal. Yanked him out. One yank. Boom. Yeah, the strap didn't break either. Okay.
That's because it was Adidas reliable
That was
product.
Adidas. It was Adidas. Iron Kong, it was Adidas.
I can't relate to falling into the ice bath.
Can't relate to the ice bath. Man took an ice bath. Man must have shriveled up to raisins.
Yeah, that must have been an awful thing, bro.
I mean, imagine walking home because it was a good 20 minutes. It's a good 20 minutes walking, soaked.
Was he in school the next day, Raph?
Yeah. Well, no, I can't remember what happened. I can't remember. I mean, I just remember that.
No, I understand. But like that could make you seriously ill.
Yeah, man, that was rough because you know it was freezing. It was cold.
And then on top of that, he's probably can't sit down all week after his mum's finished beating him.
Probably had to strip off at the front door.
Strip off, and now I'm gonna give you the wooden spoon.
Oh my gosh. OMG madness, I tell you. Let's get back into the chat, see what's going on. There's no payday in boxing. Canelo payday. Personally, I think it's personally being the skeptic I am. Was this skeptic I am? I think he has to be doing something, but that energy travels across a lot of fighters, to be fair. Yes, indeed. Malcolm Marcel up in the building. Marion G. NC.
I think that Canal story was a rounding success, right?
That same story happened to Kong, but there was an obituary the next day. I don't know what that means. Don't know what that means. Raph, you're wicked. It wasn't me, man. It wasn't me. I fought him out. I was the hero. I was the saint. I was the saint of this story.
Raphie doesn't willingly tell the stories where he was the villain.
The villain of the piece. Damn, I'd have to think hard about that. I like to think that I'm the good guy in the stories. I like to think that I'm a good guy 9 times out of 10. That could be wishful thinking. Okay, come, talk to me, brother. Talk to me. Yeah, you know.
Sorry? I mean, y'all talking about the whole this guy Mchunu want to force his mandatory or whatever. I mean, I guess he could force it, but the WBC will have its way, and they want Canelo to fight Makabu. So he's gonna have to relax and do what the WBC says, because he is not the flavor of the month, and the WBC wants Canelo to get this belt from Makabu.
Yeah.
So they're probably gonna do some special belt or whatever. Maybe do a belt since he's from Congo. Maybe do a King Leopold belt with two severed hands on the belt.
Jesus. King Leopold, the wickedest man probably ever walked the face of the earth.
He's up there. He's right up there.
So they want
make Stalin look like a babysitter.
Or a belt.
To be fair, Churchill's not that far off.
I've already done that, John. I lost about 10 subscribers on that one.
Yeah, easy, John. You know, a lot of people here stop listening to Raphie because of people like you who want to speak history.
Well, you know, I'm just a historian. All I do is speak facts.
Yeah, well, you know.
Facts.
Anywho, so Mchunu will have to relax, whatever. Hey, what happened to this Chris Eubank fight with Liam Williams? Is that off?
We don't know. We don't know if it's on or off, because it's about Williamson. About Williamson. Is he fit or is he not?
What a strange situation.
It's very strange. It's very strange.
I listened to the press conference and I was shocked at how much talking Adam Smith was doing. It's like, stop talking.
Adam Smith is not a pleasant person. Nobody wants Adam Smith around.
I don't know. Like, I hear him talk and it's just kind of like a turn off. Like, I don't know if it's just him. But he just doesn't.
Most people get that same feeling when he talks.
I don't know what it is with him. He just kind of, I don't know.
I didn't watch it. watched the 2 minutes, and I just
I can't watch Adam Smith. I have to turn TV off.
couldn't watch. I couldn't watch.
Particularly when I hear him talking about certain fighters need to be loyal.
Yeah.
When I heard him after all the losses and who he was capping for and all the rest of it. So
yeah, I hear that. So what you down with it? You down with it, Kung? You down with the fight or you're not down with it? Where you
what
at?
fight? Makabu or
Canelo, Makabu.
Yeah, let him go ahead and fight. I mean, that's up to him. I mean, let go ahead and circus fight whatever. I mean, you're undisputed. You know, you can go ahead and do something a little bit different. Other people do some. I feel two ways about. I know the type of fight it is. It's not a serious fight to me. It's not a fight that I'm excited about. It's a fight that Canelo wants to do to, add to achievements, not really legacy. It's kind of you know, but I'm not gonna hate on Canelo. Who I am gonna hate on is the people who are behind, you know, reaching out like, please, no, come back and pick me. No. So I'm hoping that these guys take their eyes off and do some work by themselves. Canelo is off doing money fights and his little fights for his own purposes. I really can't, right? I mean, you heard the other day talk about what he could have done at 160. He didn't. Okay, he did it at 168. So the other guys need to do some work themselves. And go ahead. You know, I'm not gonna jump on Canelo's back. That's just me.
Yeah.
I am.
Go ahead, do it.
I'm just sick to death of messing around with weights. Yeah. I don't agree with this moving the weight class down to 190. People say, "Oh, it's to accommodate a bridgerweight division." Who wanted a bridgerweight division? Who takes that seriously? It's just the whole thing seems like a long game to facilitate Canelo becoming a 5-weight champion, but it's so meaningless being a multi-weight belt holder when you clearly.
It's meaningless when you're not fighting the best guy at that weight.
We talked about it the other day with Roy Jones.
Yeah, Roy Jones.
I love Roy.
Yeah.
Roy was an amazing fighter, but he's not a heavyweight champion in my opinion.
No, it was a little fun fight. It was a little fun fight, a little novelty fight. I call it a novelty fight. Yeah. It was a little novelty fight, and he did it. Fair enough, but it was a novelty fight.
Didn't do him any good though, did it, Raph?
No, it didn't do him any good whatsoever. Kind of wrecked him.
Yeah. Well, maybe the writing was on the wall anyway. I mean, for me, the thing with Roy was he traded on his reflexes.
Yeah.
And the only other fighter who I can say really did that to the same level is Ali. But when Ali's reflexes went, what Ali had was what Roy hasn't got, which is a fantastic chin.
Fantastic chin, yeah, exactly. Good point. Has the Bridgerweight had a sanctioned bout? Yeah, they got a champion. Oscar Rivas is the Bridgerweight champion. Oscar Rivas is the Bridgerweight champion. He fought about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oscar Rivas is the Bridgerweight champion.
Was he a Russian or was he Lithuanian?
Lithuanian, I think. Oh, well, Eastern Bloc anyway. Well, yeah. I think he's Lithuanian, but he could have been a Russian. So the answer to that, Jordan, is yes. Oscar Rivas is your Bridgerweight champion. All hail Oscar Rivas.
I didn't know that.
Stand up. Everybody stand up. Hail him. Hail him. Hail him.
Yeah.
I hope everybody's standing up now. You can sit down. Everybody sit down, please. Okay, we're moving on. Okay, hold on. Let's tidy this up. Where's the poll? Is Canelo on cutting agents? I'm going to close this poll now.
1 minute, Raph. Let me just make sure I voted in that one.
Yeah. What's a cutting agent? Clenbuterol is the cutting agent of choice. Weight loss, weight reduction thing.
Oh, okay. Like a diuretic or something.
Yeah.
No, cleanse worse than that because what it does is it facilitates your ability to hold on to lean mass.
Yeah, whilst burning fat.
So you will if you were to cut weight normally, you'd lose more muscle mass than you would do if you're using clenbuterol. So when you get in the ring, you're going to be physically stronger, to have better energy levels.
Yes. So is Canelo on cutting agents? 45% of respondents said yes. 18% of respondents said no. 30. How could 18% of respondents say no when he's been known to do it? But anyway, no, I respect the poll. I respect that.
They're saying that he's a reformed character, Raphie.
He's a reformed character. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. And 36% said not sure. So
well, I'm saying 100% he is, because he's actually allowed to now.
He's allowed to because
and those rules got changed specifically when Canelo popped.
Specifically at that time. Okay, so 45% yay, 18% nay, 36% not sure. The poll has ended. And I'm going to start this new poll now. I hate when I press it twice, because then, okay, 3 times the charm. And I'm going to write it in now. Who wins? Who wins? Who wins? Yeah, I'll just write in who's the champion. It's Arthur. Arthur or Yard. Arthur or Yard. Arthur or Yard. Okay, I'll probably put draw. As an option, draw. Okay. Ask your community. So that's in there at your disposal. Okay. So let's get into this. Lyndon Arthur vows to take down Yard. Move on to world title fight in 2022. In fact, I don't even have to read this. It's the headline. That's all we need, and we can discuss the headline. Well, we haven't got long, really. Not keeping these things long. So, yeah, let's just go around the table. Let's start with the Iron Kong. What's your feeling, Iron Kong? Who you got? Who you got in this fight, and how? Who you got and how?
I think what's his Yard can do something in this fight. I think he just implied like a ridiculous game plan with this stupid shoulder roll business. That's not his style. But I think he has the ability to pull it off. Lyndon seems to be a guy who makes who's better on the back foot, but I think Yard can do enough to pressure him enough and put off a decision. That's just my take on it, and it will make Frank Warren happy again. Frank is a very happy man these days. I mean, Joshua loses again. You know, Kid Galahad gets cleaned out. They got Dillian White on the ropes again. So, what's his name? Yard beating Lyndon Arthur would just be like, I mean, Frank Warren won the year. He won. So I got Yard pulling it off in a decision.
Hold on, but both of these guys are with Frank Warren, though.
Yeah, but you know what? This fight, you wouldn't know that. When Lyndon Arthur won that fight, you would never know.
That's true.
That Lyndon Arthur.
Raphie, have you forgotten the Joe Joyce Daniel Dubois fight and how Frank was after Daniel left? I thought they were going to be rushing him to hospital. He looked like he had a stroke.
Shoulder rolls. I think there was a record number of shoulder rolls. He probably needed his rotator cuff kind of seen too. Probably needed some therapy on the rotator cuff. I voted no. I'd imagined he'll be on bulking agents to move up in weight. Bulking agents. I think.
You see, I don't think he actually needs to put any weight on to come in
neither
at
do I.
185.
Neither do I.
He'll just have a camp where he doesn't have to cut weight.
Yeah, it's all about cutting weight. Canelo's a pretty hefty fella. Pretty hefty little chunk. He's pretty chunky.
I'm confident he walks around in the 180.
He's chunky, mate. He's chunky. I voted yes. I voted yes because boxing panel testing is lower than my What is it? What does that mean? He's lower than my job.
I think there's some grammatical errors in there.
I have no idea what he's saying, Jordan. Sorry, my friend. No idea what he's saying. Philip Carl Roberts up in the building. My job is low, by the way. I have no idea what he's saying. Tone up in the building. Smug Frank. Shoulder roll.
Whenever Tone pops in, it just makes me think of man piercers.
Oh gosh. Lyndon Arthur had one hand in the last fight and won. Imagine what he'll do with two hands. Yay. You know, sometimes it's like a team goes down to 10 players and they do better than they did with 11. So maybe with two hands he'll do worse. I'm not saying that's how it's gonna go down. Not saying how it's gonna go down, but we gotta look at the both sides of the coin. Gotta look at both sides of the coin. Okay, but anyway, back to Lyndon Arthur. Back to Lyndon Arthur. So hold on. So Iron Kong, you got Yard. You got Yard doing the job.
I think Yard could do it. The problem is that Yard has a trainer that speaks in third person, and that's always a problem.
Has he done a podcast since that press conference? I don't think he has. No.
He's like, you can't mess with Tunde Ajayi. I'm like, you speaking in third person? What's happening?
I'm gonna look to see. If he's done. I'm gonna look to see if they've done a podcast since, because they was on a pretty good roll. They started doing, I think it was 2 the previous week, 2 on that week, if I'm not mistaken. They were on a roll, and then all of a sudden nothing. I was looking forward to the live their podcast, the one directly after the the press conference, because that was a hell of a heated press conference, and I was looking. I'm going to look for it now, see if they've done one since.
The thing with that whole thing is, why is he saying that to Pat Barrett of all people?
Why do that?
That was a banger.
Why do that?
I'm confident he's going to take Tunde out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, why do that? The last one was 1 month ago. All of a sudden, they stopped, and I was looking forward to that one. And it never happened anyway. So Kong thinks that Yard could do it, should do it. John Daly, what's your stance?
I'm a bit on the fence with this. There's been a lot of talk that Lyndon only had one right hand, and he's got this amazing right hand. But he hasn't got an amazing knockout record. I think Lyndon's the more technically skilled boxer,
right?
And I think Yard's the better athlete. So I'm a bit on the fence with it, because if he had have had somebody in his corner saying, "Come on, you've got to do something. You're losing this," he might have done a lot more.
Yeah,
but he had someone in his corner telling him he was winning. Somebody that he trusts enough to believe that he was winning, because I don't think the jabs were hurting him. They were just making him look foolish.
Yeah.
So I know Yard can do more. I think Lyndon can do more. So it's actually a really interesting fight, because I'm really not sure. I'm gonna side with the boxer. Just because he's got the edge in skill. So I'm going to side with Lyndon and edge it towards him, but I'm fairly 55-45 with it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pick a side. I guess I'm going to have to pick a side. Fantasy matchup for UFC. Well, I'll come to that in a second. What's this here? Okay, so let me pick a side, then we'll get into the chat a little bit. We ain't got long now. Arthur, the better technical boxer. Yard, the heavier puncher. I'm going to have to pick a side. Who do I think? I'm very 50-50. I'm 51-49. 51-49. Who am I going to go with? 51-49. Who is the Raphie going to go with? It's going to be Anthony Yard. 51-49%. That's how close it is for me. But I just think Anthony Yarde's going to step it up a couple of notches. But it could go either way. But I have to pick a side. Okay, we're going to have to go with Anthony.
I've just seen something in the chat that needs addressing, Raph.
I know. I'm coming to it.
No,
I'm coming to it. What we got here? No, I'll come to that later. Come on. We all know that the West Midlands have the highest population of Mampis in Western Europe. #1 destination. OMG. I don't know about that, mate.
I'm going to have to bow to your superior knowledge tone.
I don't know about that.
Presumably you travel up to Birmingham quite often.
I don't know about that. There was, tell you what, that wasn't the case in the gym today. Say no more. Say no more. All I'm gonna say is that it looks like Batty Riders are making a comeback. Say no more. Batty Riders are making a comeback.
You're making just even saying that's taking me back to the 1990s, Raphie.
Yeah, I tell you what, it took me back to the 1990s as well.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. That sounds like a very no wonder everything was going up, Raph.
Well, OMG.
What I would say to Tone, the only thing that's definitely known about ladies, certainly from Birmingham, is that they're very welcoming. And if you do happen to be lucky enough to go out on an evening in Birmingham, you put the work in, you'll go home with company.
Well, I got a better place. You ever been to Nottingham on a night out?
I haven't, but I have heard that it's
the ratio
the ladies to men
outnumber
is
the men significantly.
Yeah, I have
significantly. It's like well, I don't want to get
but again, is this another time where you go and play in the snow, right?
Yep. Well, no, I wasn't playing in the snow actually. I wasn't playing in the snow.
I don't really get involved with that.
No, I was playing in caramel.
Okay.
I was playing in caramel.
I think that's Raphie's favorite flavor anyway.
I was playing in caramel. There's a story there. OMG. Okay. So what's going on? 5 Mampis to every man. OMG. Iron Kong's fiddling in the drawer, checking for his visa.
Iron Kong's on his way.
I like that, man.
Iron Kong is at the airport. OMG. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't need the visa. I have a trusty European Union passport, so I can get into the UK quite easily. Thanks to my father, who was a Dutch citizen. So,
damn. Okay.
Is that as easy now, Kong?
What?
Now we have the joys of Brexit here.
It'll probably be still easy. I mean, but who knows, man? One time y'all out, next time y'all in, then y'all beefing over fish. I don't know. Y'all got some strange.
I'm not a fan of the old Brexit.
Y'all have some strange news. Anytime I listen to like British news, I'm like, what's happening? Fish? What's this?
It's turned into like a second reign of Donald Trump over here.
Oh, don't start. You're gonna be laughing viewers, man.
Boris can't handle the pressure. He's melting at the moment.
Politics.
Yeah, man. So Raphie, you think I'll do it, right? Well, let me ask you a question though. You think it was a mistake? Because it doesn't seem like he brought anybody into his camp. He just kept.
No, he brought somebody in. He brought what's that? The guy's name? Cook. He brought an established guy in. Cook.
He's got Tunde's his manager now, isn't he? He's not his trainer anymore.
No,
I'm not.
I think he's involved in the training, but Cook, a guy called Cook. I forget his first name. He's a very established guy. Very established.
Isn't his actual job title changed to manager now, though? Right?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Because he was his manager before.
Yeah.
He was also the head trainer.
Right.
Now, from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, the
Yeah.
guy you're talking about is now the head trainer, and Tunde is the manager.
Okay. But I think
believe that's what's
I
happening.
think Tunde still got a hand in the training pie, though. I think.
Well, that's going to be a problem, isn't it?
Well, we're gonna see. But he has brought in an overseer. He has brought in a big man to oversee everything. I'm embarrassed that I forget his first name, but he's an established guy. I think he was a champion himself, champion boxer himself, by the name of something Cook. And he's very established. So yeah. Yard, this guy's own, So anyway, that's the situation. Yard versus Arthur. There's lots of other things we can talk about, but I don't want to. Lots of other topics, but I don't want to. You know why? Because it's 125, and I think the people have got more than their money's worth. More than their money's worth. More than their money's worth. We could talk about Tyson Fury offering Dillian White 13%.
This is why you don't allow certain people to have power in any way. And I blame Femi for this, because now you've allowed the reins of power who cannot be trusted with power. You know what I'm saying? When he was offered 40% by Anthony Joshua, Frank Warren called that derisive. This is a man who was coming off his coke binge or whatever was wrong with him or not wrong with him, coming back, and he was offered 40%, and that was derisive. He didn't have no belt. He didn't have nothing.
Let's have it right. He didn't even have a good win. He'd beat the Silver Surfer, Pianetta, and got a draw with Wilder.
Exactly. So all of a sudden now, this dude is out here looking nose at people. And people backing up Tyson Fury over this foolishness. The same people who are like, yeah, that's right. It should be 50-50 with Tyson. And I'm like, with Joshua, I'm like, what? Now he's looking down his nose at Dillian White. I'll give you this scrap. Either take it or leave it. This is why certain people should not have power, any power in any organization. This is why.
The facts are, when Dillian fights somebody who doesn't really have a name, he sells out the O2 and he does numbers on pay-per-view. When Tyson fights someone with a no name, I don't think they're brave enough to put it on pay-per-view. They have 5,000 in the stadium in Las Vegas, and that's with free tickets that have been given away. Tyson just can't sell. Can't sell,
but yet he's talking about 13% for Dillian White. What a I don't want to say the word, but
I'll give you a good word for it, Raphie. It's a duck.
It's a disgrace.
Yeah.
It's a disgrace.
He's just taken over from Deontay Wilder, and he's using a different style of ducking.
That's exactly what it is.
It's just terrible. It's just terrible. I mean, I watch this and I'm just like, man, and you have these ultra nationalists who are all up and down on Tyson Fury. I'm like, y'all are tripping.
Well, they identify with him, because they also like to put a load of white powder up their nose and drink loads of beer.
Yeah. So before that, it was Frank Warren talking. Well, no, it was Top Rank talking about Dillian White should only get 20% when he's actually entitled to 45%. So I think the arbitration, Dillian going to arbitration can tie all of those loose ends up in a nice and tidy bow. The only problem is that we got a fella by the name of Tyson Fury, and where's that? Let me just open up this window. Not that one. Let me just open up this window. I said we weren't going to talk about nothing else, but you know what? Since we're here, we might as well talk about it. Can you see that? Is that visible? Tyson Fury won't wait for White arbitration. He'll fight in February or March, says the article. So once again, Once again, we got is that not a duck? Is that not a duck?
Yes. The only thing is that'll be interesting is last time we heard Tyson Fury saying he's not going to wait, not going to listen to arbitration. He's going to fight. They'd lined up. What's that boring fighter called?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's what's supposed to have happened at the end.
The one who beat Derek, the guy that beat Derek in Monte Carlo.
Yeah. What's his name? But anyway, yeah, I know you're talking.
We know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Ajit Caballero, but what isn't it Joe Joy still lining up though?
Caballero.
That's the guy.
Caballero.
Isn't it Joy still lining up?
No. What I'm saying, Kong, is when he was taken to arbitration last time, because this is Tyson's Fury's second time in 12 months.
Yeah.
They tried to have a fight with Ajit Caballero, and it got called off, didn't it?
Yeah.
Now,
he didn't accept it. He didn't accept it. I think the narrative was that he heard the money.
There were so many narratives floating around, though, Raph.
Yeah.
Was it the arbitrator? That was a narrative. Another narrative was the tickets weren't selling. They were going to They were going to tank on it. Yeah. Another one was it would count as one of his contracted fights to Bob, and Bob didn't want it.
Oh, that's right.
So I don't know which one of those, or all or none, is why it didn't come off. But it'll be interesting to see if he does what I think Kong's just highlighted there and fight Joe Joyce. I think they like the Joyce fight because Joyce struggles with movers.
Yeah.
If you go back and watch the Jennings fight, arguably Joe didn't win that fight.
Yeah, it's very close.
The only thing that I could see going horribly wrong with that is at 270 pounds, I don't think Tyson's moving like that anymore.
Things don't change. Things do change. My take on it, Tyson Fury won't wait for White. I think it's more talk. It could be true. It might not be true. You never know with Tyson Fury when he's telling the truth or when he's lying. It's very difficult to establish and ascertain. But either way, but if he does do that, Dillian White's still the mandatory. He's still in arbitration. When it comes out of arbitration, all the bows, every topic, every subject will be tied up neatly in a knot. Everything will be laid down, the terms, the percentages. So I think that even if Tyson Fury does go ahead and do that, well, one, shame on him. Potentially shame on him. Banana skins happen. Unexpected things happen. If he does do that, Dillian White's still the mandatory. So he can run, but he cannot hide. So yeah, go ahead. Do your best, do your worst, whatever. Dillian White will still be the mandatory. I think sometimes you have to go through some speed humps, some speed bumps, and and some inconvenience. But yeah, Dillian White.
This is what Lisa Mills just said. You know, this is why I don't like these people. I don't like these people.
Yeah.
He's not gonna make Dillian White rich. I mean the arrogant again. I blame Oluwafemi for all of this. That is my guy. I blame him. You know what I'm saying? Because now you have this dude parading around like he's something special.
Yeah.
He fought one dude 3 times. One guy 3 times. I know he's he's king-ish, looking down his snout at people. And you know, I don't like this behavior because Anthony Joshua did not treat people this way.
No.
And he didn't treat people this way. And a lot of these people still dumped on Anthony Joshua. Could you imagine Joshua talking about, oh, I'm going to give you 13% and all this nonsense?
Yeah.
Man, look here, man. Hey, Raphie, I'm going to listen off air, man. You and John Dealey, you know, it's late for y'all. Y'all have a nice
Good talking to you, Iron Kong.
That was the Iron Kong. Much appreciation goes out to the Iron Kong for jumping on. and taking time out of his day to make your day a little brighter, a little happier, a little bit more enriched. Come on, that's what we do over here at the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. And yeah, I mean, yeah, DT3, the Boon Man, up in the building. Let me just drop a link in case the Boon Man wants to jump on for a couple of seconds before, as we head to the end of the show. Raphie could keep on going for hours. But I'm not about that. I'm about just fitting things in. I think, yeah, exactly. Just about fitting things in. And I think 1 hour, 30 minutes, 35 minutes is more than ample entertainment. I don't know if you can handle this much entertainment. But yeah, it's Tyson Fury carrying on with his shenanigans. It's not admirable, John Daly. I don't find.
Well, I mean, I'm not a Tyson Fury fan. I think anyone who's ever heard me talk about him would be aware of that.
Yeah.
I'm sick to my back teeth of all this praise he's had heaped on him for a performance that was worse than the one before against a fighter he'd already beaten.
Good point.
So you fight the same fighter back to back, you knock him out in 7 in dominant fashion.
Yeah.
You come back, you go life and death with him, and finally knock him out. In what round was it? The 11th or the 10th?
The 11th. Oh, it could have been the 10th.
Either way, is best case it's 3 rounds worse than last time, and you got put down twice in the process. And I've got to be honest, there wasn't a lot of steam on those punches, were they? That he was landing on Wilder.
Not at all.
Nothing.
Not at all.
And we're supposed to believe that this cements him as the greatest heavyweight of all time. It's like, what planet are you talking about? Like, Deontay Wilder has beaten Bermain Stavern and not much else. Luis Ortiz. Those are the best 2 names on his resume. You fight that one guy and that guy only after one of the worst heavyweight performances against Vladimir Klitschko I've ever seen.
It was pretty terrible.
It's horrendous. I've watched it 3 times. It's horrible to watch.
I've never watched it in one go all the way through. I can manage about 3 rounds and I'll get back to about 3 weeks later.
I've watched it 3 times for various different reasons in sort of build up to different fights. And every single time it's like, this is not boxing. What you're trying to do is stop it from being a fight by basically bluffing your way to the 12th round.
Yeah.
It's smoke and mirrors. It isn't boxing. That is not boxing.
I think I mentioned it last show, but the song keeps coming into my head. They're doing the mess around. They're doing the mess around. Everybody do the mess around. That's why I call it messing around.
And so because he was the one to dethrone Klitschko, and because he dethroned Deontay Wilder, which are good wins, we're supposed to say that he's on a par with Ali.
Absolutely out of the question.
Well, but it keeps coming up again and again and again and again.
It keeps coming up. But I hope the logic kicks in. I hope the logic kicks in somewhere along the line.
Well, let's help him. Let's help him a little bit. Ali cleaned out the heavyweight division twice. He cleaned it out in the 60s and he cleaned it out in the 70s.
Yeah.
He fought everybody.
Yeah.
And he also fought everybody on his comeback to get into a position to fight for the title. He didn't fight the likes of Sefa Safari and you know, he fought Ken Norton and Oscar I can't say his name properly. What's his name? Bonavides or whatever his name is.
Benavides, yeah.
I can't say that name. Anyway, they were top-rated contenders that he fought to get in line. And he lost to Kenny Norton, didn't he?
Yeah.
You know, he did everything that he could. He lost to against Fraser. He lost against Kenny Norton. He kept going. And
And
eventually he beat them again in rematches. I'm not Ali's biggest fan, but you can't take away from the resume.
Yeah, can't take away from the resume. And I'm afraid that Tyson Fury, mate, you're getting a bit too, your horse is getting a little bit high. Come back down to earth. Fight the people you're supposed to be fighting. This ducking thing, it don't look good whatsoever. It don't look good whatsoever. But John Daly, I know you got an early morning.
I appreciate you having me on.
Hey, 100%. That was the John.
Keep feeding the people.
Keep feeding the people. Keep feeding the people, and they'll come back for more. Keep feeding the people, and they'll come back for more. Mess around, but yeah. I'm gonna get to that in a second. Tone. Mess IROUND. There's the N. I was missing. Mess around. Let me just drop this link. Let me paste that. Let me post that. Let me see how you can see that. If you see that in the chat. Hold on. I'm going to get to the chat in a second. Let me just get back into this thing. Where are we? Let me have a look. Let me see if I can see what I want to see. Okay, so the poll. Who wins? Arthur or Yard? 36% of respondents said Arthur. 64% of respondents say Yard. And that poll is closed. Okay, so there's the link to the mess around. There's the link to the mess around, and that song keeps coming into my head. With us, when I see all the shenanigans, all the antics that's going on in the boxing world, in the boxing game. Fury probably looking to rematch Cephas Fury. OMG. OMG. And so there's the link. There's the link to the song that keeps coming into my head when I think about all the shenanigans, all the antics, all the nonsense, the mess around. Keeps coming into my head, Lisa Bales. Keeps coming into my head. They're doing the mess around. They're doing the mess around. What's going on here? What's going on? What's going on? The Tyson Fury mixtape's crazy, man. It's crazy, I tell you, Lisa. It's mad out here. It's mad out here in the boxing world. So what have I got to say? I ain't got nothing left to say. It's what? It's 11:42 p.m. over here in the UK. Hell of a good song. Hell of a good. I'm gonna play it directly after when we finish this live. But anyway, people, it's been great chopping it up with John Daly. Who was it? Who came on first? It was the Pigeon. It was the Pigeon who came on first. Then the John Daly. Then the Iron Kong. Am I missing anybody? I don't think I'm missing anyone. And so, yeah, it's great chopping up with them fellas. New media up in the building. Just that song on the repeat. How you doing, new media? That's the Coach Malachi. Yeah, just that song on repeat. So, yeah, that's the one. Good show today. Great show today. Listen to it again. You'll see it was great. Okay. So it's the Raphael day. I'll probably catch you later on in the week. When is it? Tuesday. Okay, probably catch you later on in the week. Yeah. So in the meantime, it's the Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the like. It's the subscribe. It's the comments. It's the shares. And it's the hitting the bell icon. So everybody smack that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. And don't do what Tyson Fury does. Don't do the mess around. I'm out. Blessed.